Theme song.
2.0.
Hello. We were going to play Halo today. Then Halo was like, no. So we couldn't record it properly. And so Sonic's always there. No, that's
Yeah. Hey, Sonic was like the Halo of the 16-bit era, you know? Like, he's got a big oversized head, like a Spartan. I haven't played any of the Halo games. I do have to preface that.
I mean, you played a little of number one with Yahtzee, didn't you?
Oh.
You did. It was in an
Did I?
LDO, yeah. It was a co-op one.
Was that a Halo?
Yeah.
Oh.
You played Halo 1.
Okay. I do not even remember much of that.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but I don't know. It just wasn't. Are you sure there was a Halo?
Yeah.
I thought it was like one of the alien ones.
I swear. I think you did. I swear you did. Unless I was on the crack.
No, I'm pretty sure it was an alien because it was like an alien game.
You might have been correct.
I mean, the thing is, I think I might have played a Halo on the 360 or something. Because, like, at one point I was living in a house with, like, 4 of them. So I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll play one of these Halos.
No, you're right. It was the alien thing. I just saw, like, the thumbnail and it looked like Halo in my memory.
It was just a, generic 2010s first-person shooter.
So, yeah, like, blowing in cartridges is funny. So, occasionally dust would get in your cartridge. And it would hit the contact and it just wouldn't boot. Now, the trick to blowing in the cartridge is to do so without wet air. Because obviously if you get wetness in it, it's not the worst for it.
Don't lick the cartridge,
but
don't get your tongue in there.
Oh, I'm all about licking that cartridge.
My cousin used to swear by licking a scratched CD to get it to work.
That can work, yes. Because the way it does, because the CDs have such broad information that a scratch is not really significant in the scheme of things, so it fills it in and it just allows it to skip over it.
My copy of Crazy Taxi had what I thought was a scratch on it, and it turned out to be a pinhole. Like, it just had a fucking tiny...
Yeah.
And I don't even know how it got that. Like, it's not like I was like, oh, yeah, let's just fucking go outside and play an exciting game of Penetrate the Crazy Taxi CD. Which, classic 90s Australian kids game.
Hey.
That thing's hurting your fucking birds, man.
Hey, they're alright.
That's not okay. This is just, oh, well, buttocks. Froze your bird! Fuck, I wish things worked more like cartoons. Like, if you could freeze animals in blocks of, like, ice as opposed to, like, killing them, that'd just be, like, a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I mean, because really at the moment, it's just, you've just killed your pet, and that's not okay. You can't just freeze them,
So yeah, going back to the cartridge thing, it always tickled me when someone's like, I wish games were like the olden days, just plug them in, they work. I remember this one time my cousin was trying to get Super Mario to work. Over half an hour blowing in this thing, and I'm just like, just give up, dude. It's not gonna work.
Or like renting PlayStation games.
Oh no, not Tails, don't touch me.
Because, what the fuck? Renting PlayStation games, because like, you had to deal with the fact that it was on a disc.
Yeah.
And fucking feral cunts would rent PlayStations and shit. So, you'd be there playing like Resident Evil. And like, you'd have these fucking negotiations at the desk of the fucking Video Easy or whatever. It's one of the sort of dominant video store life forms in Queensland, at least. I mean, I know it was around Brisbane, but it was like, what was it? It was Video Easy.
It was
Civic.
Blockbuster.
Blockbuster came in later because it was Civic, Rainbow Video, and then Rainbow Video became Video Easy.
I had a Blockbuster early in my town. Real early.
When?
Like, in my town, there was a Video Easy in Albany Creek, where the KFC is now.
Yeah. No, that was a good Video Easy.
That was a great Video Easy.
That was near that the Albany Creek Aquatic Center.
Yes.
You ever go there?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a
I
great.
think it had that like donut that you could lay in, and it was just like a creek. And it wasn't a donut. It was just a circle, but like it had a fucking current to it.
Yeah, it
so
was
you
cool.
could just float. Yeah,
I used to
and it
like,
had, like a
swim in
slide
there
and shit.
like a mermaid and shit. It was fun. It was great.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was a Civic Video. There was also a Blockbuster. There was all three we had. And there was also another little independent one. I can't remember its name though.
Imagine starting an independent video store in like the mid to late 90s.
Yeah. What's the last thing you can remember getting on VHS or renting?
VHS is an interesting one. That's going back a ways now. I remember being at the Blockbuster in Ashgrove, the Ashgrove Blockbuster, when they were doing the transition from VHS to DVD.
Right.
And, we were at the point where it was just like, you're there, it's like all the VHS are crammed into a fucking corner now. And we were sort of like, oh yeah, man, look at that. Last of the fucking VHSs. I honestly don't remember. I've got no idea what the last thing I rented on VHS would have been.
The last thing we bought on VHS was Lord of the Rings. The first one. Fellowship
That
of the
must
Ring.
have come on like 2 tapes.
No, it was one. It
How'd
just
they
didn't
get
have
one?
anything else on it.
Oh.
Because you could get long play tapes.
Oh yeah, I forgot about long plays. You needed like a VCR that could do LP though, which was funny because not all of them could.
Yeah.
Especially if you had like the really old 70s ones.
I think that was one of the last titles to be on VHS because I remember the second one wasn't. Because that's when we got we switched to DVD, second movie.
Yeah. And DVDs lasted for like, a relatively short period of time and now they're gone. I mean,
Yeah,
they're not
still there for
exactly,
poor people.
but like, yeah.
Or people who, I don't know. I guess a lot of TV shows and stuff are still only on DVD and stuff because they never got Blu-ray transfers and shit, so.
Yeah. It's physical. I mean, just, get this shit digital and get it in somewhere and I can fucking see it.
Okay.
Because, I don't have a property portfolio. I don't want to go and buy a fucking DVD, okay? The angles. Is that really all those are gonna do?
I think
Because that's
so.
not.
Bit of lame, boss, eh?
This is one of the less threatening.
Ooh.
Robotniks.
Just have to stand here.
Yeah, you don't really have to do much, like. I wonder what that fucking snowman's gonna do. It's probably gonna, like, the stuff that explodes out of the snowman should spread out and, like, go the full width of the stage, Kind of, like, clutter your ability to move and shit, like. I suppose he's moving
Bullshit.
faster, but, like, I mean, so?
Hey, Gabe, I'm gonna just slap you slightly and then do it a little bit faster.
No.
And it's just like, can you stop?
I'm being abused. Clip this, and I'm gonna have a very special blog post. It's gonna be about how I thought I knew Aaron.
And then it'll change the day he slapped me.
Yeah. But then it'll turn out like, listen, there was a mosquito on my arm, and this entire time I've also been like shitting in Aaron's pillowcase. So then it was me who was the villain. And then all the people who supported me will feel stupid. And
Look, you can't
in
be a
that
villain.
dumb anger, they will become even more angry.
Look, if I ever have like something serious where I'm a villain or something, I have to go to court, I'm gonna dress up as Elf, Will Ferrell's Elf. Because like, they're just gonna take one look at me and go, he's insane. We can't prosecute this guy.
That's the clearer of the defense. I'm going to attend that trial. I think that'll be good.
Knuckles, you're not taking my 6 rings. Fuck off.
But like, don't you want to get the fucking other...
Yeah, he needs 50 though.
Yeah. I'm not saying like fucking, he stores them, doesn't he?
I think so.
Banks them. The first bank of Knuckles.
He's an independent bank. He goes and spends it on fucking tacos and kebabs.
A taco-heavy portfolio is pretty good. Like,
Also, when I was driving today, I saw a taco place, a kebab place that does happy hour, and I'm like, excuse me?
what is a happy kebab hour? Like, you just take an hour to eat your kebab? God damn it.
I very do not like leaps of faith into
It
danger.
avoids, yeah.
Because like I like that's a leap. Like that's like you can't see shit.
Especially, yeah.
And you're like, oh man, and then boom,
Yeah.
that hits you, and you're like, oh.
Surprise, dipshit. What you get for figuring out the way you have to go. Yeah, you're right. I am.
Ooh.
What the fuck? I am poo. Weird square. Oh, you can get that. Weird square fucking wombat poo.
Have you ever seen a wombat poo?
Have you ever seen a wombat poo, or have I ever seen a wombat?
No, a wombat poo. Like, take a dump.
Not a lot of, you know, I've seen a wombat in the wild.
Have you?
Yeah. Seen a wombat, I've seen it in a kid. There was an echidna in my grandma's backyard one time. And my grandma had those little shitty yappy dogs, and they were going fucking berserk. And they weren't like a threat to the echidna by any stretch of the imagination, but I think they were just stressing the echidna out. You know, like, because the echidnas are weird things, man. Like, maybe they have a personality, but it's really hard to tell. Because that was exciting.
I guess it shows you where Tails is, I guess.
You know, so they're just like prickly, and the dogs are going berserk. And the dogs can't do anything because every time they try to, something sticks them in the face. And I, possibly because of Angus and Andy, hate little yappy dogs. Like, so watching them, and then just get like fucking jabbed by this porcupine spike was so much fun for me. I left the door open specifically to let them get out and pick the fight again so I can have something to laugh at.
Wow.
All right, look.
Wait, how do you? Oh,
I mean,
right. I'm an idiot.
You don't know, okay? Angus and Andy sucked. One of my favorite. I used to pee on my grandma, and she was just okay with that, like,
That's
because
weird.
she thought it was an accident. But then it's like it happens regularly, and Dad's like, "Look, Mum, they're fucking, you know, you just run up and just pee on her," and it's like, don't let them do that. I used to like, they had a lead that was like sort of a clip at both ends, and sometimes I'd clip them together and then like hustle the food bag. They'd wake up and just go barreling hell for leather, not realizing that they were tied together at the neck.
That's called a dog bowler.
Yeah, actually, that game stopped almost because of that, because they got tangled up in Grandma.
Oh no!
You can't stand on lava.
Oh, that bird's dead.
I'm just learning this. Yeah, is it coming back? Oh, no. Look, there you go. You little bugger.
Look, fuck it. It's not worth
Why'd
giving
you go
Tails.
all the way back there?
Because I wanted to get Tails some more rings. But he's a bumhole.
I mean, that fucked up, Royal, because you lost a huge big pile of them. Oh, look, let's.
No, I didn't.
this
I gave
is-
them. I gave the pile to Tails. I only had like a tiny amount that I lost.
Where does Tails send us?
To the ring dimension where the emeralds are.
Oh, I thought that was Knuckles.
They both do.
Oh. That's confusing.
Difference is Tails spits in your mouth.
Yeah.
So you don't want to go to Tails.
Well, that's, Sonic's got something for everybody. Tails for if you're a top, and Knuckles for if you're a bottom.
I do enjoy that you can't die if you got flickies.
Flickies!
Well, this is telling me we need to go get some parrots and put them around us like fucking floating orbs.
Nah, man. Like, I don't want to deal with parrots. My fucking aunt had a, my grandma had a parrot, like a cockatoo as well. The imaginatively named. Actually, guess what the cockatoo was named, Aaron?
Pocky?
Yes.
Thought so.
And it lived in a cage because grandma found it with a damaged wing, so that was all we ever saw of it, was just it kind of just lived there, and it liked cuttlefish heads, and that was it. My aunt had a cockatoo, and I can't remember its name, but it was this batshit fucking mad demon that just basically rendered a corner of her house unlivable.
Oh.
Like apparently she could get close to it, which I still think is a lie because I never saw it happen. But like, if you approached its quadrant, it'd flare up its like fucking wings and go in that like kind of like it sounded like Predator if he were a tiny little bird, and
I can't go through that. Yeah.
it fucking sucked because like she had that when I was like a little kid, like, so 5, 6, you know. It's for about, like, I think about 4 to fucking 7 or some shit. And, you know, it's a little bit bigger than my child head, and it's just angry, and it screams. And, you know, sometimes I swear it was screaming just because, like, we hadn't acknowledged it in a long enough time. Just be sitting there, you just say, "Wah!" And it's like, I get nervous, just like, I can feel my heart rate going up. Like, you know, just thinking about fucking that dick bag sitting out there in the fucking corner of the goddamn kitchen.
That's generally how I feel about most birds, so yeah, you know how I feel.
It's just asshole. I'm trying to give it a bit of, I don't know. Like, I think it's weird in retrospect that I've held so many cuttlefish heads. You know, like, I just didn't think that was a thing that I'd have in my life, but I've held...
Yeah.
Like, everyone's just like, oh, you got birds, well, cuttlefish heads. And it's like, all right, suppose.
Those the heads of them.
Yeah. And like, you know, who...
Because I actually haven't thought of
magnate?
those things since... I haven't thought of those things since I was a child.
But, like, you can picture it, like the weird fucking head biscuit, and you're
It's
like...
the white, weird white long thing that you stick on the side of the cage, and they
you wedge it into the cage, and it's like,
Yeah.
I think a cuttlefish head, fuck yeah.
I knew they were cuttlefish. I didn't know they were their heads.
Yeah,
Because
they're
I
like
never
the
asked. Mum's like, it's a cuttlefish. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, all right.
Fucking whatever.
Yeah, no, it's like a bit of the fucking, whatever that cartilage shit is, the cartilaginous bit of the noggin.
The cartilage.
I wish they were called cuttlefish, but they're not. And I don't know what being cuttled is, but it doesn't seem pleasant.
You fucking
Try to give
cuttle.
a fucking cuttlefish fucking, you know, head and like, it's, you know, you think approaching something with a gift that it enjoys would soften it. You know, and I could tolerate that. I could tolerate if it was a hateful piece of shit just when I didn't have anything it wanted on me, because I at least fathomed that it was just, you know. And I think it goes back to my thing about, I think birds are too smart. Like, because this one was just, you know, I think it did a lot of what it did because just out of the pure joy of terrorizing children.
Makes sense. Who doesn't like terrorizing children?
You know, in the fullness of time, I think I've come around to Cocky's point of view, you know. I'm just going to assume that my aunt's cockatoo is called Cocky. I don't think there's a single cockatoo in Australia that hasn't been called Cocky.
There's one. Big Kev.
Yeah, I'll accept that as like the other cockatoo name. What's that? That's Cocky. Oh, wow. Yeah, I always wanted a drag queen Gilbert Gottfried to shriek in my lounge room. That's such a great thing that you've got there.
Say that, but now I do.
What? Fuck! Yeah. It's not just a fucking disruptive sound. It's also frequently visually threatening. Like,
Cockatoos are
no,
big.
it's terrible with children. That's fucking terrible. Probably even legitimately dangerous. Like, I want to find a cockatoo now and just get it with a spitball. Like, I'm just upset. Fucking, you know, you dick biscuit animal. Like, I'm not scared of you no more.
I go down there, bro.
6 feet tall and we're a burger. I'm gonna turn you into Chick-fil-A. I'm gonna turn you into cock-fillet.
Don't Chick-fil-A hate the gays? Is that someone else?
I don't know. Probably.
It was one of those American restaurants that was just like...
Well, it's one of those ones where it's like, no one comes out and just goes, hey, eat our fucking we hate faggots hamburger. Like, but it's one of those ones where like on the down low in the background, they're like, oh yeah, we're you know, hey, come eat our chicken burgers. Also, we take some of these profits and we donate them to people that just mysteriously don't like the gays. It's like, I mean, at this point, I wouldn't put it past someone coming out with like, you know, I mean, probably not Hungry Jacks or whatever, but somewhere out there. Fucking just, you know, Brumbies. No one who doesn't live in Brisbane in the one location that still has a Brumbies will know what that means. But yeah, Brumbies will just pick its side in the culture war and just be like, you know, fucking, are you confused by or upset by the side of Puffs? Brumbies.
I feel like we need to find a Brumbies now.
I know where one is.
You do? Where?
Yeah, I know. It's on the way to Chermside. It's like next to an Aldi.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And the reason you can go there and not have to see homosexuals is because if you go to a Brumbies, you will just not see another human being. It's actually a fucking, galaxy brain move by them.
That's depressing. Ow, you
Yeah, it's kind of
fucking
weird.
titty.
Hey, again, it just seems like such a weird industry to want to try to get into. Like, not to like start your own little eatery or whatever, because I see, Australia still has a thriving independent eatery, independent burger store thing, because like, you didn't get the secondary layer of fucking chains.
This level's very involved.
Brumbies. God hates fags, but he loves our double beef. There's such an identityless burger, because like you fucking. Something I noticed going to fucking Wendy's in the States is it's just like there's sort of nothing to it that makes it stand out.
Yeah.
It's just like, the one, oh yeah, no, the weird thing they have, oh Jesus,
off.
fisting Christ. The weird thing they have is like, the burger patties, okay, Aaron, get this, the burger patties are square. And it's Aaron, it's because they don't cut corners. That's their gimmick. It's not like we have something that tastes good. It's like we have something you wouldn't have ever noticed unless we brought it up.
That's fucking depressing.
Like, aren't you tired of getting a burger, lifting the bun and going, round again?
It's my fucking pet peeve, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know how I function through the
Finally,
day.
round. It's the official shape of homosexuals. That's a joke, obviously. The official shape of homosexuals is the oval.
Oval.
The oval.
I'm very partial to the oblong. Oblong.
Did you ever watch that show? The Oblongs?
Yes.
It was an animated sitcom
Yes.
with Will Ferrell in it as a guy with no arms and legs.
Was that Will Ferrell?
Yeah. That was back when he was just like a dude who was also in, Austin Powers.
Yeah, that's true. As Mufasa, the spy/assassin who breaks his legs. He's not dead. He is just very badly injured.
Your detailed knowledge of that is legitimately impressive, because I was going to say Fez, dude. And Aaron's like, oh yeah, that's Mufasa. He's 37. In the Austin Powers expanded universe novels, he has a few great focal moments.
I wouldn't actually fucking put that past him.
I dread the day they... All right. Well, that was brief. I dread the day they strip the Austin Powers expanded universe novels from canon.
I know.
Really, that's not going to be...
Disney, don't do it.
Disney, you just... Look, learn some lessons from how you've handled... that's not good. Learn some lessons from how you've handled, like, fucking Star Wars,
Oh, you can save with the thumbstick. That's amazing.
My God.
Save scumming. New level. Check this shit.
We've evolved. All right, look.
Then I'm like, I'm right back there. It's amazing.
Don't fuck yourself. Oh, like, what are we doing here?
I think you got to direct these at him somehow. Maybe.
Can you stand on the pipes and run at him? Aaron. Oh.
Doesn't seem so.
I feel like you gotta... Well, there are little poots that come out. You gotta watch out for the poots. Because...
The poot follows me, and then it just...
Well, no, I mean the ones on the pipes.
Oh, yeah, the pipe poots.
I feel like you gotta go on the pipe, then... See? Like...
Oh, I see. You got to get it to hit the poots.
What?
The poots. So, see these jets?
Yeah.
When the fire runs over it breaks them.
Oh, does it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Seems fucking... I don't think it does, Aaron.
It did on the top one.
I think you jumped and hit fucking Dr. Rowe butt dick.
I did too. Well, shit.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
you
nothing.
You just gotta avoid... I mean, don't get me wrong, Aaron. You came up with a really... What the fuck? Came up with a really dynamic gameplay. Don't fucking...
One of them did break, and I'm fucking very upset on how it broke.
We'll have to see check the replay for that.
Can you not,
data,
just not stand on those or something? That one wasn't on.
Yeah, that was...
But okay, I jumped off that one.
Yeah, it's just wobbly to fucking stand on.
Yeah.
I mean, all right, it's got to be, like, tricky because, otherwise he's just sitting there in the middle of the lounge room farting on you.
Yeah.
like my friend's uncle used to do, which was fucking weird.
Just fart in the lounge, right?
Yeah, like he was just there sometimes, and he'd be sitting on the lounge, and that sucked because it meant we couldn't play PlayStation after we got high. But we'd just be sitting there, and this dude would just go, "Rip a tune," and then lift his leg and light the fart on fire. And like, there was a little mark on the couch from where his frequently lit farts had damaged it irrevocably.
Oh,
Yeah, no, that was like I don't know what it is. Like, I suppose, you know, sometimes the basic human function just isn't equally distributed through siblings, because like the amount of times you'd go over to someone's house and it's like their immediate family, like the dad and the mum or whatever, would be usually like semi-functional, and then there'd just be like usually an uncle or a cousin who was just batshit. Like, I remember one dude who I only saw him upright once. Most of the time he was just lying down and with his eyes closed. And I don't know, maybe he was on heroin or something. But like, his lips looked like fucking like butchered honeycomb, because he'd passed out in the sun. And so his face was really sunburned and his lips were really chapped. And now the chapped lips got like completely fried. And like, it's such a weird thing when you're a kid to just sit down and it's just like, hey, how are you going to spend the next like, 10 or 15 minutes while your friends are doing shit? I'm just going to stare at this like fucking unconscious man's lips and just try to work out why he seems to be made of hot and spicy. Because that's what he looked like. Like, it was just like, oh yeah, look at that dude's lips. It's just like, oh yeah, KFC face. That was the friend whose mum was a stripper. Which I found out because there was like a calendar of her on the wall. So you'd just be like, and it was a tasteful calendar art, so like, no flange. But there was tits. And then you'd just like look to the right and it's like, oh yeah, there she is making goulash. She was really nice though, it was just that one fucking thing. Like, yeah. It's just like, oh yeah, that's not appropriate. But like, otherwise, she was probably one of the more fucking together goddamn parents in that town,
Also, who are you to say that a fucking bit of minge or flange isn't tasteful?
I mean, like,
I have my Minges of the World calendar, thank you. I get it every year after Christmas.
Minge of the Month Club. Fucking Minge of the Month.
And then we have Christmas minges. They all look like Santa Claus's beard.
There's like some weird combination of like Ecuadorian and Hungarian, which I think is like the only like one of those genetic combinations that can only be a stripper.
Ecuadorian.
Yeah, it's like, your dad won your mum in a card game. Like,
very pufferfish cunt. Beep. Knuckles, Tails, where are you? I got rings. There's Knuckles! Yeah! Good Knuckles. Hey, Knuckles, have some rings.
Minge of the month. Every month, Aaron.
New minge.
This is getting hectic. Save state. Thummies, Aaron, thummies.
Just a sec. It's all over. I shouldn't have tried to save it. I should have just concentrated.
Should have stopped for that haircut. Special stage incomplete.
Special stage, fuck you! Hey, Knuckles, you want more rings? They're just standing right in front of you, you lazy git.
Yeah. Or like, can't you, cut me some slack and help me here, you butthole? It's like, imagine if you had like a biscuit I could eat that would turn me into like a god who could solve Earth's problems. And you're like, I need like $100,000 though. And it's like, Aaron, how about I give you the $100,000 after you give me the god biscuit?
I guess.
I mean, yeah, like, that's it. Like, you're almost good. Just get that and, maybe a few more. And yeah, now head back down and then just save it before you go in there and you'll have the Because I want to see what happens. I mean, I want to see you get to like fucking Turbo Sonic again. Like, so many things like that in that fucking town. Just weird shit. And it's like shit you don't realize is weird.
I don't think you can replay them. I think he just takes your rings.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Because I've given him a shit ton. Fucking greedy bastard.
Motherfucker. Oh man, like, you know, so for my hip just as like a fucking further narrowing down of what it is. So it's probably like an agitated nerve. That's just what it is. And we figured that out by going to the electro neuro place where they electrocute you.
Yeah.
And they put little sensors on you to work out whether that electricity is going through the nerves correctly. And they have all this shit, so they'll poke you. You know that reflex test where they get out the little thingy and they whack you?
Yeah.
They did that to me. Except it wasn't a hammer. It was like a funny little mallet they held upside down. It was very interesting.
Have you never seen the little funny mallet?
Well, no, I've seen the ones in cartoons. They didn't use that. They used like a hangy mallet.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't know they did that. I've never had like, you've had nerve shit, I'm assuming.
I guess, yeah.
I've never had cause to worry about that. So like, all right,
Well.
look.
I'm very upset if you have a stationary enemy that has literally no animation, then just shoots. Like,
So like, oh, they had this fucking taser. I put it on Twitter. And it will have had no, you know, fucking context, but like, you know, fucking suck it up, sunshine. Like, and so they got the little bits on me, and like, cause the problem's right up at the hip, like it's right up where the fucking, my drumstick connects to my fucking bum. You know, although, I mean, is the drumstick the bum on a human? You know, really? Like, if you were to cut off a whole human leg, you're taking bum with it. Like, otherwise you're not getting the drumstick. It's more of like a thigh piece.
yeah.
You know? More of a bum stick.
Look, fuck off, you fucking stupid shooty cunt.
So then they fucking get this, you know, they gotta zap the bit to check it. So I got this dude, and I'm fucking, you know, I'm being polite and like yanking my fucking meat and potatoes over to the left so the guy can dig in and jam what really did look like a taser, like right up, like, you know, the bit where ball touches the leg?
Yeah.
Like, just right up in there. And that sucked. Because, you know, I got my own little electro doodly dad at home, but it's like, I usually use it on the very powerful but very broad settings, you know? So it's like a long squeeze and not a fucking jab.
Yeah, it's very comfortable if you put one on each anus cheek, and it's not squeeze.
Inch. And fucking, yeah, no, this wasn't that though. This was like the sharp, bitey ones. And that...
I really like those ones. Like, if I ever get physio, I get like fucking hardcore electrolysis. And I'm just like sitting there going, ah!
Yeah,
like,
no, it was lucky because like they came to the conclusion they didn't need to use the electric needle, which I didn't know was a thing.
Those are not fun. Yeah.
My dad used to get that a lot. Like, there was a guy who would do acupuncture. And see, you know, for ages I thought this is what acupuncture was like, they'd stick the needle into dad's fucking fucked up, like, sciatic nerve and shit.
Yeah.
Or like the muscly bum bit. And then they stick one down at the other end of him, and they put these little fucking, like, you know, car charger calipers on, like, these little mini ones, right? And they'd stick them on, and then I'd watch it go poof, 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 and the whole, like, you could see, like, just this one big fucking muscle group just going thump, thump, thump down the length of them. And it's like that, because I never saw, like, the weird fucking acupressure version of acupuncture. I always just figured it was, like, literally electrocuting a cunt and getting the shit, like, you know, jiggled out.
Jiggle cunts.
Yeah, man.
You just gotta like, that's what I'm gonna do. You know those belts for fat guys that like jiggle your fat away but don't work?
It don't work. Yeah.
Like, mine gonna be exactly the same, but electrolysis machine at the same time. So it jiggles you, oh, it zaps you.
Jiggle and electrocute.
Yeah, best of both worlds.
Keep It Classy is proudly sponsored completely by its fans. We thank you for your support.
It expanded somehow. I'll have you know